Alright, so with the pull-on weed whacker, this one here, we got it stripped out. We got the motor taken out. This is what the throttle assembly looks like. I took those out, and when we look inside here, it doesn't look too bad. There's some gunk in there. And one thing I am finding out when we are doing these rebuilds is that other people try to rebuild them themselves. And what ends up happening is screws go missing or the wrong screws get put in its place. And that is what I had found in this case. So here we have the engine, the motor, the whatever, all taken apart, and we're going to analyze specifically. So this here's the gas tank. I had taken this out, and as you can see, like, there's some gunk on there. We're just going to clean that out. When we do clean that out, we're going to flush it out. We're going to use carb cleaner, gear oil, WD-40. We'll get everything all working again, all these moving parts and stuff, so that they're nice and shiny. This here is the muffler for this. And we're just going to have an analyze, look at it. And this will get cleaned out, flushed out, whatever. The spark plug, on the other hand, is right here. We're going to look at that really close, if you can see it. I don't know if you can. And it doesn't look too bad, I don't know. Here, let me blow that. Okay, as you can tell, it's kind of twisted. So, it's not firing right. It probably wouldn't fire right, but somebody probably took that apart. The spark plug is probably pretty old. Looks like it's a replaced one, so we're gonna get rid of that one and put a brand new one in. This one here is the cylinder, and when you look inside the cylinder, it almost looks nice and clean. There's some scraping on the cylinder wall, so that tells me that we will need to hone the inside of the cylinder wall. This is the bottom, so this here is the top where this spark plug was. And once again, we're just gonna flush everything out with carb cleaner WD-40, make it all shine and nice, and we're gonna get a way to get rid of those lines, those scrape lines inside the cylinder, and that would probably affect our piston ring. So we're gonna replace that piston ring. This here is the crank. So looking at this part here, the magnet, I just want to show everybody the difference of where you should have the gap. So this is the gap on the non-magnet part. You see that space right there? When we turn it all the way around, the magnet part is a lot closer than the non-magnet part, which is the cylinder. Okay. Anyhow, so if you want to put the gap on it, it would have to be from this part right here on the magnets, which some people have a gapper, and you would need to set it from there. I'm not going to do very much touching, screwing around with this part here or this part here. I'm going to show everybody what the assembly should look like when you are looking at it. Some people take these off and they don't know how they go back on. So this is how they go back on. And that should snap just like that. And this part here goes to the shaft, which turns the head, the weed whacker head. We're going to go and grease that up, clean that up all along the shaft. And a good practice that I always do is when we're taking off the nuts, the bolts, the screws, put them back into the housing of what it was holding back together, so that way we never have a problem of where they go. So now we're going to look at the piston. So looking at the piston, there is a lot of scoring. So I will probably need to replace that piston head, as well as the ring, which is not exactly a big deal. So now inside here on the crank part, it was full of water, and as you can see that there's a lot of other debris and stuff in there. So there is something somebody probably put inside the spark plug hole and then went and got inside, caused all that damage, which is probably the reason why there's so many scoring on the cylinder head. So we're gonna take a look all around this just so everybody has an idea of what it looks like. I will have to take some veneer calipers and measure the size of the ring, the groove, the everything on it, so that way I can tell you guys what the sizes are, where I am ordering the parts from. On my next video that I do, I will disclose all the parts suppliers that I get all my parts from. So for now, this is all that I wanted to show you all and what it is that I am faced with. So after having said all that, I hope this is all good input for y'all. Have a good day.